Somebody needs to pick up that phone, because I called it! Ladies and gentlemen, I am Jabman025. Today I'm taking a look at my 155th Master Grade of the Gundam Barbatos from the series Mobile Suit Gundam Iron Blooded Orphans. Get to brag a little, back when I did the full mechanics version of this kit, I said there was no doubt, 100% going to be a Master Grade. And a lot of people didn't believe me. Heh heh. Let's have a look. Now, the frame on this thing. One of my complaints about the original kit was there's a lot of stickers. It's kind of sticker heavy and it doesn't look quite right. Well, it's fixed here. All the gold is gold. There is no stickers needed. It's got silver for the pistons. And there's lots of them on this thing. And it just looks very mechanical, very machine-like, and I really like it. This is a spider knot kit. What I mean by that is there's so many things going in and out and twists and turns and things got to click into place. If you ever wanted to build this thing and then take it apart and paint it, yeah, that's gonna be difficult. Not impossible, but it's not gonna be fun. So yeah, this is gonna be a tricky kit to customize after the fact. If you want to customize this kit before you built it, at least via the frame, okay. And what I mean, and when talking about that spider net, they give you lots of warning. Hey, stop here, check this is right. Because if it's not, it's going to screw up as you go. And it warns you, hey, moron, check this is right. Hey, you building it, check this, double check. This is a lot, happens a ton in the frame. You can see, check this, check that. Make sure everything lines up. This is very, very precise on this frame. It has to line up exactly right. And if it doesn't, the following steps you're going to take will all be out of line and it won't go together right. And you'll be going, what am I doing wrong? Minor gripe I had with the OG kit is you had to take off that V-fin to put on the real V-fin, and that seemed kind of stupid to me. Well, they fixed it here. There's a frame V-fin, and the actual giant yellow V-fin just goes right on top. And the head on this kit looks amazing. The eyes are a clear green, but they do give you stickers if you don't like the clear look, but it's not a solid green, it's a clear this time, and I kind of like that better anyway. Torso, when you got it all armored up, the pink section for that logo at the front, that's not just pink, that's a clear pink. If I had to do over again, I would put some silver behind that to make it pop a little bit more. But, like I said, with this kit, once it's together, it's just going to be such a pain to take apart. But yeah, these are really nice. And you got that giant friggin' V-fin on the head. And like the proportions are much better. Another complaint I had with the full mechanics is the head seems so small for the rest of the kit. This is much better proportions. The shoulders have been adjusted. The head's been adjusted. Looks better. Arm, again, going the full mechanic. Arm is not quite as bad in terms of the spider knot version. It's not so ridiculously complicated that you couldn't take it apart. But you got the piston in there. You got a nice big bend. It's kind of a different build. Like I said, the full mechanic, this looks very similar. The build is completely different. So, if you're worried, oh, I've already built this thing. No, you haven't. You built something that looks like this. But this is a lot better. All armored up. Again, that pink part on the shoulder, that's clear pink. Still glows, but maybe I should have put silver underneath. Oh, well. Full bend out of the arm. Doesn't really pop the joints out. Leaves a big gap there, which you'd think would cause problems, but it really doesn't. And the shoulders will move and get out of the way for posing. The wrists have a swivel and a full 360. It's kind of a different kind of wrist, but it works fine. Interchangeable fingers. Slap them on the torso. Nice click and rock solid. Not going to fall off. Other arm on there. Lines up perfect. You got some lining to do this. On the actual pictures they showed inside the manual, the lining was a lot heavier than what I did. I don't know why. Just, that doesn't need to be lined. It looks better that way. That doesn't need to be lined. It's your personal preference, but there's some lining that just kind of needs to be done. On the legs are pretty simple. As crazy as the torso was, and wacky as it was, legs, slap, slap, click, click, there you go. This, if anything, feels kind of similar to the full mechanics. It's the legs. Are they better than the full mechanics? Yeah, but it's not that big of a difference. But still, very nice looking. Gets the gold. You don't got to add those silly stickers. Got the silver pistons. Full motion feet. You can go anywhere you want. Good balance. As I get my camera to fix. There we go. As it is right now, the balance is kind of wonky. Once we add armor onto that, no problem. Here's the armor. The waist rather. No problems. None whatsoever. The front skirt armor is a little loose. That's pretty much the only complaint I have with the legs. So it kind of gets a little waggly and wonky. You have to move it where you want it. Okay, big deal, I know. Put the top on there. Yeah, that's pretty cool. That is a pretty cool look. Again, clear pink for the kneecaps. On the shoulders, I like the clear pink. I like all the pistons in silver. See the back on there? I don't have the backpack on yet, but I'll talk about that in a second. Now I got them all decaled up. I was curious, do I really want to do decals on this kit? Yes, you do. Decals are very good on this kit because they're subtle, but they're there and they add a lot to this kit. I was pleasantly surprised on the decals. Like, I don't know if you really want to put decals on this kit. I don't know, it seems like a decal kind of kit. No, this works really well. They're there. They don't overwhelm the kit, but they do accent it very well. Now, you can pull out this part on the backpack here. Again, silver piston in there, which you can pull all the way out just for posing and make it a little bit easier. But it clamps on there and switches around, which is kind of funky to fiddle with, but eventually I get it back on there. There we go. But it adds options for posability, which I'll talk about in a little bit. Now, one other interesting thing on the decals is they give you two sets. One is for the frame. So if you wanted to pose this just as a frame and put decals on it, you could. And quite frankly, I wouldn't blame you. I am more than a little tempted to buy another one just to have the frame. Otherwise, you put the decals on the frame, you don't see anything. Smoothbore gun, first accessory. Big old giant rifle. Can be collapsed. Pull the barrel out, move the handle back, switch it over, slide it up, and hook it into that little tooth there. There we go. I got to work on centering. And there we go. You get the katana, which was silly back then, and this is basically the exact same katana as the full mechanics. Whoop-de-frickin-do. And you got this bad bleepin' bleep. I like this thing. This is the Mace. It has been shrunk down. The original Mace was a lot bigger, but this thing's just nasty. I mean, it's just brutal. And it has this nasty little spike that comes out of the end. Ooh, I like this thing. I don't like touching it, though, because those ends are sharp. Ow, ow, ow. I mean, it's considerably sharp. I'm not going to cut you, but it won't feel good. Ow, ow. But yeah, that's a mean mamma jamma, isn't it? And that is by far my favorite accessory, in case you couldn't tell. Holding accessories. The Smoothbore gun hooks onto the back and goes under one arm, and it's awkward as sin to pose with. Can it be posed with? Yeah. There's no problem there. You just move the backpack, it hooks into the back of the gun, and it kind of holds the back end, and the gripper hand clips in there. It's awkward, it's silly, and I don't particularly like it, but you could pose with it. Nothing really wrong with it, I just don't particularly like that gun. Personal preference. The katana, lots of different handholds for this. Doesn't weigh anything, no problem. You can put all the weapons on the back. It has a clip for each one. The gun makes him considerably back heavy, but it can be put back there. It just slides onto these little grooves. They have an attachment for the sword and for the mace if you want to put that back there. Now, holding the mace is a tad awkward, but it's nothing terrible. You can hold it one of three places, right up near the top, right at the bottom, or kind of in the middle. It isn't as good as the other ones, but it doesn't drop it. I mean, it's not the end of the world. You can still get lots of great poses out of it, as seen here. It's just a little awkward to work with. Now, for this guy, I wanted him airborne. Got him up there. It's very strong connection. He's never going to fall. See, the Mace is a little wobbly as you're moving things around, bouncing around, but that's kind of to be expected. Like I said, super strong connection, no problems there. You can get some good poses on the ground, but of course you can get a lot better ones airborne, but personal preference, whatever you want to do. Final thoughts on this kit. I'm giving this kit a big thumbs up. I really like what it did here. I like all the improvements on the full mechanic. I was worried that this was going to be a upgrade from the full mechanic, but not a big upgrade. No, this is a big upgrade. This is significantly better than the full mechanic in terms of frame design, in terms of build, in terms of quality, in terms of accessories. I mean, granted, that's basically a slightly better bore gun and the mace, but that's a heck of a mace. But overall, the kit is much better. All my complaints with the full mechanic have been resolved and improved. I like it. Big thumbs up. As for Kit of the Year, I have to think on it. This is very, very close, guys. I'm going to think on it. I'm going to make my Kit of the Year video. You'll have to watch that to find out. That's what we call a tease, folks. But yeah, excellent kit. Very good. Thumbs up from me. Well, guys, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this review. I hope you found it informative. If you have any questions, please ask them. I will answer them as best as I can. Please stay tuned for more. I always got more reviews coming. And I will see you guys next time. Oh, and one more thing. So I've met some other guys in the collection. We all seem to mess with our pilots. I personally paralyzed mine. One guy showed a vision of his own death. One guy had to get his limbs chopped off to pilot. What do you do? You're your pilot. I mean, what do you do to him? Well, I make him wear a full spandex bodysuit. What?